cameras are rolling now, yeah?
Yeah.
Cameras, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, fam?
Let me just get this charged up right now. And then we go. People will say that to me. Do you know, like, I don't like to be told what I'm going to be speaking about.
Yeah.
I don't. Even when my guests come to my show, they're like, oh, what are we going to speak about? I just say to them, I select people that I kind of know what you can bring.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because I try to...
For your show, you mean?
Yeah, for my show. But even when it comes to other stuff, I'm just like, you should kind of just look at me and then you can kind of like know what to...
You should wing it at the end of the day, right? Because like if you're coming in so scripted, that means you're scared of how you are naturally.
And
I feel like a lot of podcasters are out there like that.
Yeah.
But the system works, bro. Like the talking points are there.
Yeah.
We all know what the trending topics are, right? So it's kind of like everyone touches off that and has the right kind of opinion.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that, man? People trying to push their right opinion all the time. Because you are on the side of like, I have a moral compass.
Wait, am I supposed to have a mic next?
You don't need to, because you can still like hear yourself. But like, if you want to bring it, like,
I don't know. Should I have it?
The thing is, that one is looking a bit like erectile dysfunction-esque. Like,
where's the camera angle? Where's it coming?
The camera's there.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
So I think you're in shot.
Yeah. All right, let's go, bro.
So yeah, what do you think about people having like the right opinion all the time?
Well, how do you mean? Like...
As in, like, you kind of know from like talking to them behind the scenes or whatever that they don't believe what they're saying on camera.
Yeah.
But then when they get on camera, they turn to just like, I have a moral compass and this is how people should be. But then they're doing stuff that contradicts that.
You know what? It's mad because I've kind of found the podcast space to be like that.
Yeah. But carry
on. Not like because I've started to meet a lot of podcasters and I've been on a lot of podcasts and I watch a lot from the sidelines and because I'm learning, right?
Yeah.
And even from what you've seen with, like in America and stuff, like like with that, Derek Jackson.
Yeah.
For example, what
the
you
dating
have,
coach.
extraordinaire, and you had
big feminist out here.
Big feminist, being championed by women all across the world.
Yeah.
The doting father, the doting, husband.
Yeah.
And he was cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
And when he cheated on his wife, what happened? She stood by him. And then even more women supported him. Yeah. And then afterwards, he's cheating on her again. And now he's got someone pregnant and he's having a baby by someone else. And it's like, you have people like that, but women will rather listen to him because he says what they want to hear. But someone like me, who's going to tell them the truth, I'm not going to tell you you're the prize. I'm not going to tell you, oh, body count doesn't matter. I'm not going to tell you, oh, if you have a child that, a man needs to step up, and if he doesn't, he's insecure, and a real man will be
It's crazy how like the single mom conversation is even here. Like, obviously, you're just less desirable. You're less desirable. People are not going to want you as much if you're a single mom.
You would say that. Yeah. You would say obviously, but apparently it's not obvious because why is the pushback?
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
I'll tell you what the pushback is. Yeah. The pushback is because society has told people you can have a life without consequence. But we all know that is impossible because in life there's also choices and trade-offs. Yeah. So
every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
And
you know, do you think that's there?
It's like a thing that... So, when we grew up, you knew that if you do... See, there's a blueprint. Some people say it's old-fashioned. Some people say whatever. But there's a blueprint for... what's people perceive that as a successful life or marriage or whatever, right? Now, partnership, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. There's a blueprint for it. And everybody wants to... And we have 200,000 years of recorded human history, right? And that's what's got us to this point. And in the last 20,
that's why we're here.
In the last 20 years, there seems to be a push to kind of change every type of thinking and like constructs that got us to where we are today. And they want to kind of they want to create a new way of thinking, right? And a lot of people look for new ways of thinking in order to fill the gaps and the lack of what they truly need in their life, right? So every time someone pushes something towards these people, they jump on it. But in reality, we know the blueprint. We know what to do. But people choose to go against it, and when they get the results they don't like, rather than look at themselves and say, actually, maybe it's something that I've done or my action, they want to blame everybody else.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, like, for some people, I guess they're like the cards that they dealt hasn't worked for them, and then they project that, and then they become something else. Now you can take that whatever way you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
people just become angry or resentful, and then they kind of like take it out on people.
Yeah, facts.
And you can say that for like, you know, the females who have made bad decisions, who have like got caught up in all of this trauma from like years and years of like dating the wrong guy. Dating the kind of like liar, dating the
Chad and Tyrone's
kind of guy.
You know, there's that thing that, you know, you probably hear it. Chad and Tyrone. And
you hear it.
Because essentially women date the wrong guys. They know they are the wrong guys.
Yeah.
But they date them for all manner of reasons, and that's up to them, because a woman has the right to choose.
Yeah. And the wrong guys still have good attributes. That's what it is, right? Like they are more confident kind of thing, whatever. Like they're able to like sway you one way or the other. They have like conviction when they say things. Yeah. There are good qualities there, but like they don't go for the good guys who actually don't lie to them, right?
Yeah.
Like, this whole like if I'm good at persuading kind of thing, then you're like, oh, I like that guy because he's not really giving me all the signs. There's a little bit more to search for in here. So I'm gonna sit here for a bit. Yeah. And whatever consequences come to me because of that, because they're not shooting straight with me, I'll take them. Yeah. Because it's more exciting. Well, and to be honest with you, for years, bro, like I was like that. Like I was a little bit of a liar kind of thing.
But men lie though.
Because they need to get pum-pum sometimes.
No, but listen. Yeah. There seems to be men lie.
Yeah.
Men lie. Yeah. Men lie.
Like you've lied before, like in relationships and stuff, right?
Yeah, but if you do you want to okay, look what I'm doing. This is why I say women love liars. Yeah. Women love liars and cheaters. The reason why I say women love liars and cheaters is because when you tell them the truth, they don't want to hear it. Look at what I'm doing on platforms. Exactly. Basically, technically, I'm breaking the bro code, if you want to say that, because I'm telling women the truth. Yeah. And ultimately, telling women the truth should stop the men getting access. But guess what?
Yeah, it's the access that you're talking about.
No, but
right?
women,
you're trying to give them a barrier.
But I'm trying
to listen to you.
Yes.
But not many people will listen.
I'm trying to tell them to raise the standard.
It's contradictory to what they've done in their life, right?
But you can change.
Past matters.
But you can change. So
of course you can. Yeah.
So you might have done something in the life. Like I'm not telling single mothers and that they can't get remarried. I'm not telling them they can't get happiness. I've never once said that they can. But what I am telling them is that if you come out here with a child by another man, you are not, like, you need to be humble when you come outside. Like it is not a badge of honor coming out with a child and bringing it to another man. It's a very big disrespect. Yeah. And you know, leading with, you know, a real man will be a stepfather, or it takes a real man to bring up a child. Oh, you know what? When I was younger, I had a stepfather and he was influenced. Yes, I can agree because those stepfathers are not like today.
They're great stepdads, man.
Men today are still great stepdads, but women understood that those men were the men that stepped up. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, they're like, they come outside with a child and they think it is a problem. Yeah. And a lot of times they'll lead with it like it's something, and it's actual fact. You know, we don't care about your children. Yeah. And whenever I explain it to them, they don't like it. So one of the things I've said before is, and they'll be like, oh, but why don't you want to be? Oh, if you love me, you love my child. No, of course not. If I want to have sex with you, does not mean...
It's supposed to be unconditional kind of thing. That's what
love,
say, right?
Well, no, love... It's supposed to be, but what's that joke they make? The only thing that are loved unconditionally are babies and dogs.
Exactly, yeah.
But then someone said to me...
there's always a condition attached.
But someone said to me, people throw away babies in the bin.
Yeah. They do. It's true.
You know what I mean? It's true. So, unconditional love is I actually believe that men can love women unconditionally. Women's love on you is based on conditions. Yeah. The cost of performance in your relationship is... You know when they say, oh yeah, success isn't owned, it's borrowed. Mm. Yeah? And the rent is due every day. Yeah. That is the same for your relationship. Yeah. And I don't want to make men feel like, oh, you know what? If I don't do this, I don't do that, then my wife is going to leave me. No, but... I also want to make men feel like if I don't do this and do that, yes, my wife will leave me. Yeah, and it's not because it's her fault. I want to make them know it has nothing to do. It's hypergamy, and women inside can get bored. Yeah. They can wake up one day and just not feel it anymore. Yeah, you don't have to cheat on her. You could have done everything that... How many men have spoken about one day women just change their feelings? Mm. Okay, but the problem is when this happens in a marriage, now she's going to take half. Now she's gonna take your kids. Yeah. Now you have a man that's built all these things, and this is why the suicide rates for men are so high, right?
Yeah.
And mental health, and women don't understand. Women only ever care about our mental health on social media.
Yeah.
That's in comments.
Yeah.
Twitter, social media. That's all.
Yeah.
But
you can get some clout from that.
But in real life,
brownie point exchange.
In real life, women don't care about your mental health.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend doesn't care about your mental health. If she did, I'm not trying to say she wouldn't break up with you, but at the end of the day, it's like, you might go through the worst thing in your life.
Yeah.
Your wife will leave you. And everyone will make her feel like it's okay because of the way we are now in society. Oh, you need to find your truth, your happiness, and all these types of stuff. But they'll forget about all the men that get broken because of that.
Yeah, because if we don't wake up every day and do the shit that we're supposed to do, then we know the consequence of that. And the consequence of that is them to like dip. Because they can. They can find another thing to jump onto to keep them secure. And
even when you think you're doing everything, like us as men, like people don't understand how hard it is for us as men.
Yeah.
We don't. And yes, there's been a push for men to speak about mental health, but even then, there's a stigma about it. It's only okay on social. I keep saying it.
Yeah.
You can be like, but in real life is not social media, and you cannot guilt trip a woman into being with you.
Yeah.
Into understanding your pain and wanting to come with you on the journey. You can't do it. You cannot rob the woman of.
They have to like come in with the principles.
It's just
they have to match you.
Yeah. See
with how you see the world, right? It's like your worldview. If they don't understand it or they don't see eye to eye, it's not gonna work ever.
So
you can't take people for what they could be.
Yeah.
You have to take people for how they are.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember I was on a.
Let's check this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carry on though.
Yeah. I remember I was on a show. It was whose show was it?
Bro, you're just popping up everywhere, man. You're like, which show is this?
Nah,
like
it was
number 7 to the 9. Like...
It was it was the grey area with Sarah Garvey.
Yeah.
And,
shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Sarah Garvey and Just Pearly Things Pearl, right? It was their show, right? And it was in the early days of me being on podcast.
Yeah.
And I remember I was speaking about marriage because my parents have been married for over 40 years.
Yeah.
I have three sisters and a brother. They're all married with child. I'm the only one that's not married. So that's
cool.
So that's the. I don't have any kids. But that's what I prescribe to, right? That's the model, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, I came on this platform and I was talking about marriage, and I didn't know anything about Red Pill. I didn't know about about awakening and obviously the Matrix. I didn't understand anything about blue.
That Red Pill, blue pill. I didn't get that.
People just telling me, "Oh, Red Pill." So I just
saw the movie, probably.
Yeah, but I didn't know what Red Pill was when I was on this show. I remember I did a show. Shout out to Rebels DMC. So I'm just rolling out the names now. And he on his show he did the whole reading out what Red Pill was, because I was like, people keep calling me Red Pill, and I'm like, what's that? So it was
given a title that you didn't even understand.
Yeah, like I was given a title I didn't know, and then I was just championing marriage and speaking it, and then the way they shut me down in the comments and the live, bro, they were like,
what were they saying?
He's a simp. Oh yeah, it wasn't just that. Pearl and so Sarah doesn't. He was talking about new marriage contracts about we should we should in a boyfriend relationship, we shouldn't get married, we should have contracts, and then every year we renew them and this, that, whatever. Trying to talk about new ways of doing basically the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And then Pearl was talking about the statistics, it's not worth it, and how many marriages end in divorce, and I was like, I said I still want to do it, and they were like, oh, and people were like, oh, he's a simp, or
with the contract thing.
We said.
Like you said that you wanted to do like the.
No, I was saying I would still want to do the old school marriage thing.
The old school thing.
And
okay, cool.
they were basically, they both were anti-marriage, right? On the show, saying why it's not worth it. Crazy. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
But then the whole manosphere is, not the whole manosphere, but predominantly and it's not with marriage, right? And I'm discovering this because I just come into podcasts and I'm just speaking from what I want and my thing, right? And I can't lie to you. At the end of the show, it did make me feel a type of way because I was like, raw. But then I have to listen to people's stories. I'm listening to men talking about what they've lost. Yeah. I'm listening to, and I can't look at it's not anecdotal, but I can't look at my upbringing and look at
your
experiences and then compare them to everybody else. I have to understand that other people, and then on top of that I have to listen to these stories, right? So now I've gone and done that and I've listened to these stories. I still want to get married, I still want to whatever, but I'll be honest with you, because I was in a relationship before I started podcasting. I'm not in one now.
Okay, cool.
So, and that's not
good context for the people.
Yeah. Do you get me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Women are hypergamous.
Yeah.
And a lot of times us as men, I've never left a woman in my life, ever. Women have left me. All the girls have left me. Sounds bad.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But I'm not saying they've never tried to come. Oh yeah, they've tried to come back. Don't ever get it twisted.
Yeah, a lot of them do try to come back.
Every single one has tried to come back.
Yeah.
I've never taken one back.
Because you shouldn't have. Yeah.
No, because I want men to know that no, I've never taken one back because if that thing where there's something about when a woman believes in you, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But the moment she stops believing you for anything and falters for any reason, there's that bit inside you that's like, oh, like she doesn't believe in me, right?
Yeah.
And you could be trying to build and trying to do loads of things that but they don't have the same vision. You know what I mean? And a lot of women now, they want to do things now. They want to do the trips now. They want to do the lifestyle, and it's not their fault because even the most basic woman wants to get her nails done.
Yeah.
Like even the most, I want to say the most basic, even the most humble of women, she might want to get her nails done. She might want a bag. It's not the same high level bag, but she might want a bag. She might want to go out to eat. She still want to go on holiday. Not have to be Dubai. Like she might. I'm trying to say to you, there's things that people
go to Scotland.
Yeah, Bognor Regis and that. Do you get me?
There,
she might want to. She might want to do that, right? Yeah, most people do want to do that, and it's like. You can't control how. So, let me put into context.
It's their kind of expectations, right? It's like where they've like been brought up as well, how much money their family has, and in turn, what kind of lifestyle have they seen from the jump. Or let's take a different example, and let's say they've had the experience before.
Yeah.
If they've ever had an experience where they can like fly out to different locations and stuff like that with their guy, and they've done it at a time, they might have broken up with that guy or whatever. But now they're looking for that. They want to emulate that same thing over and over again because they're used to it now. You're used to the big endorphin rush of like a holiday.
Yeah. You
know, so they're gonna want to seek that. Now, if you're someone who's like building, if you're someone from the ages of like 18 to like 28 as a guy, right? You're probably going to be building your wealth still. Because obviously we only see like 1% of the people who are like really affluent and have all of this shit. And they've made it already. Right? 99% of us are still trying to build in that period of time, right? So if your woman doesn't understand that you have to build and therefore have to sacrifice some of these trips. You can't go 5 times a year. You'll be lucky to go twice a year, for example. If they don't understand that, but they're stuck on it, then they'll leave.
100%.
Of course they will.
They will.
So guys have to be like, okay, if they've come into the relationship with that, and they are going to be stubborn because you kind of like, felt them out a little bit. You haven't been sort of gravitated just by the pum-pum, and you haven't been just saying, oh yeah, no, I fuck with this, I fuck with this, I fuck with that. If you haven't done that, then you can actually have discernment and be like, okay, this is not the right woman for me. But a lot of people just get caught up in the trap, I think. Personally, I don't think I've got caught up in a trap in a relationship yet. So knock on wood, that never happens to me. You know what I mean? But I have dated girls casually who were spewing out bullshit, and I accepted
You never
it
simped. You never simped for a woman.
No, I definitely have.
Okay, cool.
Definitely,
I was just making sure. Do you know why?
I'm a lover boy. At the end of the day, bro. Like, I'm trying to have that fucking Disney Channel love. Not anymore, but I was at that point.
Do you know why you need to simp?
Yeah.
Every man needs to simp. I need to say this count. Every man needs to simp at some point.
Tell him.
Every man needs to simp. And the reason why every man needs to simp is because you need to learn by simping. Simping doesn't work. It doesn't
you need to get humbled.
But you have to understand something. You have to chase that girl that left you.
Yeah.
You need to chase her. You need to do that thing where you call a phone, pull up at a yard, like speak to the birds. You need to do all of that stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
You get me? Like, you might even need to cry. I don't recommend needing to crying, but the reason I'm saying this to you, because you need to discover all these things ain't going to do nothing.
Yeah.
But make her not want you anymore. Like, it's going to... you know when they say...
It's going to speed it up.
You know when they say, oh yeah, she got the ick.
Yeah.
But and this is what is going to teach you a valuable lesson in life.
Yeah.
But at this moment here, you're going to learn it. And you might do it again.
Yeah.
Because you thought, oh, that was only just her.
Yeah.
Then when you do it again...
Anomaly. Yeah.
You do it again, you get same outcome.
Yeah.
Men need to simp in order to realise simping does not work. Yeah? Yeah? It's not going to work. Like, if a woman does not want to be with you, or she says that, wait, I don't know how I'm feeling, or my feelings change, or you need to allow that woman to go.
Yeah.
The most manly thing you can do is
look at her in the eyes, man. Yeah.
Because I cannot control how a woman feels.
Yeah.
Her emotions. I cannot control another person's emotions, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about happiness. See, happiness is an emotion, and no one is happy every single day. And when you start talking about, oh, I just want a man to make me happy, your job is hard now. Because you're trying to create... Are you a clown? Are you what are you doing? You're not supposed to be trying to make someone...
You're a performer.
You're a performer. And now, every single day, the moment she doesn't get happy, what happens? The moment what happens now?
She gets into a stroke. She might get a little bit cold with you. You're not having sex that night. That's going to fold over to the next thing. I've been in relationships where maybe there were times where, like, I wasn't, like, providing, like, the happiness that she was after. Because I was, like, focusing on my shit.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And in those times, I would probably get, like, a colder reaction to stuff that I would do that would get her, like, melting. Kind of thing. Yeah. So I've been there before. And then it's kind of like a spiral of things. And then it's kind of like when they've felt that with you again and again, then the relationship's dead. Like, you might as well leave. So I've left at those points for sure. So I have felt what you're talking about. Because I think it happens in every relationship.
I don't have to, like, so I don't have to be in a relationship to access a woman's body. Like, it's so when they say, oh women control access to sex, men control access to relationships. So women are empowered now where they don't feel as if they have to have... you don't have to be her man in order to have sex with her. In actual fact, if a woman has sex with you, then you think that, oh yeah, that means that automatically you're going to be her man. That makes you an idiot. People are going to laugh at you. Yeah. Like, but don't you think that's crazy? You've slept with someone, but they don't want you. Like, think about that.
They don't want you to be theirs.
They just wanted you for sex. Yeah. Like, but that is supposed to be reserved for somebody that's supposed to mean something. Yeah. And see, I can't have men out here thinking like there's that saying they're putting the pussy on a pedestal. Like, I remember I was in a long-term relationship, and when I came out of it,
how long was it, by the way?
It was like 4.5 years.
Okay, yeah.
5 years, yeah. And then I come out of it, so I didn't really know what it was like
to be single.
You get me? And
it's just like the girl when they break up with a guy, right? It's like, okay, now I have all of this power because I control what happens in the sexual market.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. For women, it's power.
Like,
No, like for women, it's straight power. But now it's like, so obviously the girls I dated when I come out there, automatically, like, you know, like you said, like we're lovers. So a good few of them, do you know what it is for single men out there? Do you know what you get?
What is it?
Sex and disappointment. You get sex and disappointment. Lots of it. Lots of sex.
Why do you say the disappointment?
Because the disappointment comes not from the sex. No, the disappointment comes from the women. The fact that it doesn't lead to anything. It's just sex. Yeah. And then you start to understand women. You start to understand that they just give it. It's just, it's not yours. It's just your turn. Yeah. Because you would think that if she's having this with me, she wants something with me long term. No, she doesn't. Yeah. Like, that's messed up, you know?
Yeah, I think when we've come from like a family who are like still together and stuff like that, that's kind of what we expect because that's what we've seen.
Yeah.
So everyone who has like, you know, two parents, for example.
Yeah.
And they can see that relationship every day and like the struggles, but like they still
Yeah.
sure that they kind of fend for one another or like, you know, maybe the dad cooks one time in like 1 month. Right?
Yeah.
Just to like, you know, even the score a little bit or like, you know, I'll give you a massage here and there. Like,
yeah.
We see like a fruitful relationship where they do everything for one another.
Yeah.
And then we go for a girl, maybe for sex initially.
Yeah.
But the girls who would give it up are the girls who don't value that kind of like marriage that you've seen.
Yeah. But even, I wouldn't even say that because lots of girls that still value marriage still give it up. But in the end, they want to get married, right? But they don't understand.
So they're like, oh, this is my fun period. This is my hot girl summer. Yeah.
Turns into a hot girl decade.
Yeah, fuck these hot girl decades.
It's not even
it
turns hot.
Sure.
And because women have been empowered, right? And I said, look, a woman has the right.
And there's positives to this empowerment, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to pay for the full bill all the time.
Yeah.
I like splitting 50-50.
Yeah.
It's nice, bro.
It's
blessings.
I wish those are the types of girls that I date. The 50-50 girls ain't the ones. I don't because
you could definitely find them, man.
100,
like an independent girl who still values the traditional roles.
I'll be honest with you.
They're there.
Like this feminism caters so much to men.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
Yeah.
It's like women have been empowered, so now you can't slut shame, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that means she can meet you and sleep with you the first night. Doesn't mean nothing. Yeah. And they've told them that means she's powerful, right? But wait, hold on a second. I've just met you and you've given me access to your body.
Yeah.
And you think that I'm like, what? You're fasting the process up. Do you know what we used to have to do to get what we get now?
Yeah, like it used to be like a couple months, maybe a month. And maybe that happens to be like 5 dates or so.
Yeah, what?
Now, if you add up the calculations, you do some maths over there, that's quite a lot of money you've invested. Though.
Yeah.
And that's the price tag that you had to give for the girl who you're eventually just going to leave and go on to the next girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now the price tag is a little bit smaller.
Well, women have dropped the standards.
Yeah.
And I always say if you want men, you have to raise the standards. Because we used to have to slay dragons. I always say this. We used to have to slay dragons, and we used to have to go on a quest.
Your analogies are crazy,
just for just for the handkerchief smell of a princess, and it'll be me and you battling, and there'll be one girl there just lying in the hills there with the dad there just waiting to see the outcome, right? Yeah. And that's what it was, because that was the only way we could access it. Yeah. It wasn't drip. It wasn't a big whip. It wasn't a bus stand watch. It wasn't holiday trips. No. It was actual real things you had to become, right? Yeah. Then they've changed it. So now the things that they require have become stuff which don't actually require, necessarily a good man. Yeah. You know what I mean? It just requires a man that figures out how to make money. And if money is what you want as a woman, a man with money has access to multiple women because all the women want money. So if that's what you're into, you can pick a man like that. But you have to be willing to know that this man has options. Yeah. Because if you find him attractive, a lot of other women do. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when you drop the standards, men will literally drop their standards because that's what the new standard is. It's not what you require before. Before you used to require marriage before you would give us your access to your body. Yeah. Now you don't. So who the hell's going to marry you? I was having a conversation with a woman yesterday. Yeah. And she was saying to me, she said to me that she had a baby and now she wants to get married. But I was like, oh, did you tell your guy you wanted to get married? She's like, no. Yeah. And I was like, well...
The baby that you didn't...
Yeah, she didn't tell them. I said, well, why is he going to marry you now? You've already given him the baby. Like, he could. Yeah. But if you put it as if he chooses not to, you can't get married. because that was not a prerequisition you put on having a baby.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
You can't try to charge him higher after you're giving it to him already.
Yeah.
And this is what women need to think. If that's what you really want, then make sure one of the requirements is, in order for you to have access to my body, is this is what I want.
Yeah.
And you know, like, yeah, and that's pretty much what I put out. So yeah, like, people need to set the standard that they want, because people will only match what you give them.
So why do you think women don't do that? Why do you think they've lowered the standard so easily? And obviously you could attribute it to like what they see on social media and stuff. But aside from that, would you say that the reason why they've fallen into the trap maybe is because they went for a guy who like is seemingly attractive or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And based on their perception and social media, they can see that, okay, they have money, kind of thing. But they're naive at that point in their first relationship, right?
Yeah.
So then they're taken advantage of. But then they carry on that spiral. Why do you think they continue the spiral instead of being like, okay, this happened. I got fucked over. Let me make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Let me not give access to a guy again like that. And then maybe it will stop. Why do you think they continue? Do they get taken away by the flashy thing? Is that what it is?
I think, like, there's not one answer to this question. I think this is multifaceted, like, answer.
100%. Yeah, but I want to see where you go.
No. The reason why I say it,
yeah,
I don't think that it's because everything that I do, it stems back down to home and upbringing and family unit, like that. And the reason why I do it is because whenever I speak to people, it always stems back, they wasn't taught. I didn't know. I'll be like, how did you not know that having a baby out of wedlock was not a good idea for some guy you just met? Like, how did you not know that? Because I knew that. And it was something. So then you'd be like, oh, well, my mom, or I was, where was your dad? Oh, my dad wasn't home. Okay, there was no father on home, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the times when I ask these questions, it always stems back to there was no father at home. Where was your brothers? Where was your uncles? There was no men.
Yeah.
There was nobody, just the mother, right? And I just realised that a lot of people haven't been taught stuff. So that's why I take my job as the Mandem's voice very seriously, because I realise that a lot of times when I say things, it's new information. But this is only because I've spoken to enough people that are letting me know that, I was like, what do you mean you wasn't taught this? Or do you think it's all, like, there was always a blueprint. There's always been a blueprint. Everyone always knew it. So when someone says, oh, I didn't know it, I was, do you remember when we was in primary school? Do you remember the nursery rhymes? Do you remember, so it would have been like Chinaman Kelly sitting in the tree, Kissing. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Kelly pushing a baby carriage, right? First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Kelly pushing a baby carriage. We knew this in primary school. It was a rhyme. Kissing, sitting in the tree. That's a young love. Sitting in the tree. First comes, then comes marriage.
Yeah, they gave you the order.
You knew it. It was a nursery rhyme.
Chronological.
You knew it, but they choose to go against it.
Yeah.
So when people say you didn't know it, we always knew it. But we have 200,000 years of recorded history that we know about. Yeah.
Yeah.
We knew what to do.
But they got blinded by the flashy things, bro. That's what happened.
Yeah, well, you have to...
They got blinded by the Riz. The Riz was there, present, when they were naive.
So, you know what it is? It's because I do give allowance. I make allowance. I know guys are slick. I know guys got bars. I know all of this stuff, and a woman can be bamboozled. I know that. I'll give you one. I'll give everybody one.
Yeah.
One. I'll give you one. Just like I say, I'll let you simp once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you simp once.
After that, stop.
After that, if you carry on simping, you're simp.
Yeah.
Because that first simping should have taught you a life lesson. Yeah. That first Tyrone, Chad, Jerome should have taught you a lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And whenever you should have learned from that, and you should have said, right, I'm not. If you go to jail, that first bid should have taught you. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It should have taught
the first stint.
The first stint should have taught you. That's why a lot of times people can change their life after the first stint. Yeah. They can still be like, oh, you know what? I went jail. The whole point of jail is supposed to do that. Yeah, you go there, I want to go back. I've never been jail, but I'm saying, I don't want to go back there. But if you start repeat offending and going back in there, it says you haven't learnt nothing. Yeah. You're a repeat offender. Some of these girls are repeat offenders. Some of you girls are repeat offenders. They are. Yeah. And you know.
But you can stop now. You can stop being a repeat offender now.
No, but
girls who are listening, they could do that.
No, how can they stop being a repeat offender? Like how? It's like how do man them? Why can't man them just stop going to jail?
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. There has to be some accountability, and I want to change my life.
Yeah.
But do they want to change their life? No. And this is what I'm trying to say. I don't have sympathy for any of you women. I don't. After the first heartbreak, after the first Tyrone, Jerome, Chad, that's fine. But when do we want to have that? 18, 20, 21, 24? When was your first heart? I'll give it to that. If you're still out there repeating the same, then what's that saying? The definition of madness is repeating the same thing and expecting a different outcome.
Yeah. I like that quote.
Yeah, because it is. It's purely madness.
Yeah.
You keep repeating the same thing and you expect a different outcome. Why? Yeah. Is God just going to look at you and be like, oh, look at you.
Have you prayed enough?
Not?
Did you pray enough times for you to get a different outcome?
Listen.
Or have you put action
Let me tell you
this.
That
and then you've received a different outcome?
You can pray. You can be the best.
That's what people do though, man. People are like, oh, if I pray enough though, like it'll be fine, right?
Okay, cool. If you pray enough and you're good sitting enough, jump off the building. Do you think God's going to save you if you pray enough?
Hey, I mean, if I pray enough,
my
belief is strong.
Shit.
That's what they do, right? So, like,
they're gonna break their spine.
Their neck, break their spine.
They'll be like
they won't be in hospital, man. They'll just go straight to the graveyard, bro.
Like and yeah. So it's just yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. No, but there are people out there, man, who are stuck in that cycle.
Yeah.
And if they only listen to someone. You know what? Fuck that. There are so many people out there on social media who do say what they need to hear, but they don't listen to it.
Yeah, they don't.
And the reason why they don't listen to it is because they don't care enough about the platform.
Yeah.
And eventually, you get views all the time.
Yeah.
You get bare views.
Yeah.
Eventually, when you reach a certain accolade or pinnacle, more people start gravitating towards you easier.
Yeah.
Right? Because with this whole podcast game, right? When you're going to the 1,000 subscribers, it's a long ass process, right? But after you reach that, it starts speeding up.
Yeah.
So maybe some people will take on board what you're saying a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
And then they might be able to make changes.
Yeah. No, like, I don't, that's the thing. You see with me,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I got to remember, like, I just got here.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, I'm learning, but I learn fast and I implement fast. Like, I just did my 3rd episode. We're going to shoot the 4th. You know what I mean? I'm not someone, and there's other stuff that I'm doing.
You're moving quick, though.
Like, it's just because
I
just want to do stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to work. I've gone on people's, I went on a young G's podcast. He had 0 subscribers when I went there.
Yeah.
I don't care. But if I like you and if I like what you're saying and if I see what you're speaking about, we're going to sit down. And there's this thing in this podcast thing where a lot of people have egos. So I'll look at, so you have different levels of podcast studios and podcasting. So I think on the studios that I've been in, so let's say I've been on, shout out to Sinners podcast. They got in Birmingham, they got a really nice studio in there.
Yeah.
That's what I would say, that's more on the top level studio. Shout out to Pearly Things as well. Yeah. They got, their studio is like that as well. Then you have the podcast as well. Obviously we hire rooms and podcast studios where we can do, and then you have the podcast where, people just kind of podcasting from home and doing whatever in it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll do them all. Like, then you have like,
so a wider understanding as well, right? When you put yourself in all of those different realms.
Yeah, but people think they're bigger than what they are. Like, and they get egos, right? I can't lie. I can't do everyone's podcast. Like, because I can't do everyone's podcast. But it's not.
You only have so much time.
But it's
right?
not. Yeah.
And there's people who will give you better ROI, and you know that you're not stupid, right?
Yeah, but it's based upon if I like you.
Yeah.
So
because you have faith in that conversation.
Yeah.
Being the thing that will take it to the next
level.
Do you get me? Not so much so. Oh, he has a lot of subscribers, so I'm gonna bring him on.
Yeah, and that's how I feel with what's the name podcast. Big up Tran and Virgo Sharma girls because when I went on there, they got a podcast. They got one of my early shows. It had 4,000 views on there. It was like their most viewed podcast. It was their most viewed show on there, and I gave that to them. And I love the fact that I gave that to them when we first went there. It was very back and forth-ish because we didn't know each other. Now I'm like their co-host, and I'm gonna have them come co-host my show, and I love those girls, and I like the fact that I can teach them things and try to give them. I'm giving people content, and I know what. And
you're starting to understand the value of your content now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, 100% understand the value of my content.
Sorry, let me cut you off.
Yeah, go on.
From where you started.
Yeah.
So how did you get into this? You started in August.
Yeah.
How did you stumble into this whole world?
So I was working. I
already heard this as well. We actually spoke about it again, but we're gonna.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
I can say it now because season's out. I was working on Ted Lasso season 3. You know Ted Lasso?
What's that?
It's Apple TV. It's a football series.
Okay.
It stars Jason Sudeikis.
Is that what you were talking about like behind the scenes?
Yeah, behind the scenes. Yeah, and I got a really good opportunity there, and it was. Yeah, I've never worked on a film set, on a car set behind. Like, I've never been part of a crew, but it was my first introduction to it, and it was probably the best job I've ever had. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm trying to say to you? And I was trained on being an assistant director and AD. I was trained on the grips, learned with the lighting guys, the sparks.
It's a good little background, isn't it?
Yeah, video playback. It was really that was my initial with the script writers as well. So I was learning, and that was my initial thing with the camera guys. It was teaching me so much, and I was learning, and I wanted to get into. That's what I wanted to get into, and then it came to an end. The series come to an end, and I did a few days here and there doing daily days on helping around, and then one of my friends, shout out to my boy Headley G-Shock. Yeah. He basically come to me and he said to me that there's an opportunity to go on a podcast, and I think you'd be really good at it, or you'd be really good at it.
Yeah, based on your discussions with him, kind of thing. Yeah,
because my discussions with him and everybody. So this is not some act. This is not me trying to be something that I'm not.
Yeah, I just think you talk about the things that you know of the most, right?
So he just said, if you come on this platform, I think it'd be good for you. And it was just Pearly Things Pearl's platform, and that was in August,
Yeah, and that's when she didn't have as many subscribers.
Yeah, I think she was still under. Wait, was she on 250,000 or under half a million? But she was definitely under the 500,000 mark. Yeah. Because I remember.
Was that the one with Auntie Jenny there as well?
No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't on the show with me first. I met Auntie Jenny afterwards.
Okay,
cool, but I went on Pearl's show first.
Because the reason why I even saw your profile is because of Auntie Jenny.
Oh, Auntie Jenny. Okay, cool. No. But then I met Auntie Jenny after, and then obviously I've got a really good relationship with Auntie Jenny.
Yeah, you do, man.
But it was initially I went on Pearl's show, and then I had some viral clips.
Yeah.
There's some clips with me with like 10 million views on shorts and stuff that went, and then that was kind of the stuff.
What was the most viral from there? That you think you got a lot of followers for?
My greatest advice to women.
Okay, what's that?
Clip. I haven't wearing it now, but basically, you might have seen it. I said I've got a diamond chain on my neck, right? It's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
If I decide to go around late at night, have it swinging around my neck, and I get robbed, who's gonna feel sorry for me? No one, right? Yeah, cool. So
you asked for it.
Yeah, I should.
You showcased it everywhere. You dangled it.
I should be able to go where I want.
Yeah.
And wear my chain where I want, but in life we can't do that, right? Yeah. So if I've got a sister or a daughter, I'm gonna tell her, babes, you should be able to go where you want, wear what you want, and do what you want. But in this world, there are demons, yeah. And because of those demons, you might need to move slightly different. You can't do that. I'm not telling her, trying to control her. I'm not trying to stop her from doing anything. I'm just trying to mitigate scenarios and take precaution that could potentially happen. That was all I was saying.
She's not going to be as equipped to handle.
No, basically, I'm just telling you.
She's not going to be able to handle those.
And this is not victim shaming.
Yeah.
This is how you raise your child. You don't raise them to believe that, oh, everything's going to be okay. And then when something bad happens, no, you scream, woe is me.
Yeah.
That's not what we do over here. We teach them about the boogeyman because the boogeyman is really real.
Yeah.
That's it. But people want to be arguing, oh, you're victim shaming, teach men. And then the comments will start, oh, how about you teach men not to touch women? I'm really tired of it. I'm not tired of it because, yes, we should always teach men.
Yeah.
Like, not to...
That's a given,
That's
right? Like, to us,
man,
it's common sense.
This is why when they say it to me...
Obviously.
I'm like, obviously we need to teach... But, yes, we need to teach men to keep their hands on themselves, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool. That's a given. So let's just say that's a given.
But some men haven't seen that from the jump, so why would they replicate
Let's just take that as a given. We need to...
Yeah.
Okay, now I agree with women. We need to teach men, right?
100%.
But there's also a proportion demographic of the society that aren't teachables. They don't want to learn. They can't learn. They can't process for any reason.
The boogeyman.
Yeah, the boogeyman, right? Yeah.
There you go.
And I'm teaching her about these men.
Yeah.
The boogeymen.
Yeah.
These men, they don't respond to society. They don't care. They'll do the mad thing. Yeah. This is what I concern myself with. I don't prescribe to the thing that everyone could be rehabilitated. I believe that there's some people in the world that need to be locked up in jail and that's it forever. Furthermore, some of the things I believe we can't say because they'll be like, you're extreme or how you believe. But, some of these people that do some of the worst things and everyone knows in jail what you don't want to go jail for. These people that do these types of things, I believe a lot about, you know what I mean? Mm. So, like, it's like, oh, I lost my train of thought now. What was I saying?
Boogeyman.
Yeah, so I understand that.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying to people is we need to take precautions, but they don't want to do that. They want to take away all responsibility, and then they want to say, oh, we should be able to go where we want. And yes, you should. But that's not life.
I wish it was the case.
I wish it was the case.
I have a sister. I wish I could tell her these things. Like, do what you want. Go out there, experience what you can, because if you don't experience it now, you won't have a full perspective.
Yeah.
100%. I wish I could say that. But, again, there's boogeymen out there, and these boogeymen fuck bareback and respawn more boogeymen. So there's a lot out there.
So then we'll talk about we need to teach men not to do this, men not to do that, right, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, cool, but then statistically speaking, the types of men that do these types of stuff come from single parent homes, right? Statistically speaking. Not all of them, but we just look at statistics, right?
Yeah.
And who's raising these men? Women. A lot of the times when I speak about stuff, I'm like, well, who raised them? When we're looking at the kids now that are doing all the stabbings, that are doing all the crime, statistically speaking, most of them come from single parent homes, yeah? Single mother homes, right? Who's raising them?
Yeah, the single women.
Yeah? So whenever people always talk about we have the stats for, statistically speaking, a child does better with the mother in its development ages, but from age 7 and upwards, the child will do better with the father.
Yeah.
Like, more like, and...
Especially the boys, right?
Yeah, especially the boys, because, see, women have estrogen, men have testosterone, right? And it's like, when you have a teenage boy, when you're raised by a woman, you become feminine. You don't realize it, but you pick up feminine traits. How could you not? You're being raised by a woman. If you raised by a man, no matter how feminine he tries to make you, at some point you will pick up masculine traits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's your father. So And when you have teenage boys that have been over feminized, and they're dealing with their emotions in that pivotal point of their life, and their brain doesn't, you know what I'm trying to say? I remember what it feels like to be a teenager.
Yeah.
And your lack of processing and future, because in order to process life, you need to live it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, it's actually mad. And it's like, at that pivotal point at that pivotal point, there's no man there to teach them how to control your emotions. So when you have a young man that is in his feminine energy, even though he's masculine and dealing with testosterone, what happens? He reacts emotionally, which is a feminine trait, and that can make you strike out and do something. You know, when people do the mad thing, you're like, bruv, well, this is used. It's because they don't have no brain processors, so they're gonna be doing a mad thing on the high road, and then they're gonna go jail. Put that kid in for jail long enough, watch, they're gonna change their life. Yeah. Because they're gonna have enough time to process and look at the dumbness and look at what put them in that scenario. Yeah. Because they wasn't taught it.
And then they can understand that it's because they had an emotional reaction to what they were going
and women
through.
Don't understand.
And they didn't have the guy there to kind of ground them and be like, okay, this is how you don't carry yourself. Because if you do carry yourself like this, then there will be consequences. Because men teach boys that there are consequences to your actions.
Yeah. And that's ultimately...
And you know what? To be honest with you, a single mom isn't really that able to discipline a boy at a certain age.
Yeah, I remember like my parents were still together because my dad's job. My dad was a diplomat and the Cameroon embassy, so he was always
back and forth. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna check the camera. Yeah, Karen.
He was always back and forth. So it was like essentially I was raised by a single mother because you are if the father is not directly in the home to implement discipline and for you to see him, then you are a single mother. It doesn't. They obviously they married it together, but that setup is a setup where if a boy cannot see his father in the home to shape and do certain things, then you're being raised by a single mother. Yeah. Because the outcome is the same. Yeah. Yes, you know you have a father. Yeah. Yes, but he's not in the home. Yeah. They're together. Yes. So on some
but you can't do the monkey see, monkey do.
No, you can't. Yeah. And more importantly, he can't implement what he needs to do as a man. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? So now you're being raised by your mother. Mm-hmm. And now you can pick up your mother's traits and all these other stuff because that's all you can really do. You would think that I say this all the time, you would think that the guys that were raised by single mothers, they would go on to be the epitome of what it is to be a good father. They would go on to get married. If that's what you prescribe to, they would go on to, stick by their woman, but most of the time, not all of the time, they just go on to create the exact same thing they were brought up in. Yeah. They go on and create single mothers. Even though their mum was a single mother. Yeah. You would think that
would scare them away from doing it.
Yeah, you would think that no, they go and create the exact same thing they come from. Yeah. Exact same thing. So when people talk about and they seem to think I hate single moms, I don't. I really don't. I just want...
But you understand that that's where the problem stems
Yes, from. It does.
Because then it creates these people who are, whether it's their fault or not, more problematic and less equipped to counteract that fact.
And people having babies with people, it's just we have a lot of broken homes. Yeah. We have a lot of women that are outside trying to date again with kids. Yeah. And it's just...
And you do feel sorry for them. Nah. That is why you're saying it. Come on, there is a little part of you that does feel sorry for them, but at the same time, that, they have to feel the consequences of their actions.
Yeah, I can feel sorry for you. Yeah. I can feel sorry, no, I don't feel sorry for them.
Okay, cool.
I pity them. Uh-huh. Big difference.
Yeah.
Feeling pitying you is feeling sorry for you is oh my God, I'm so sorry for you. Oh, what can I do to help? Pitying is damn. I pity the fool, Mr. T. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I'm more because, like I said, I'll give you one. I pitied you at I was sorry. I had empathy at the first one. Yeah. That was the one that was... Now it's about, okay, how many times do you want to repeat the same action and you want to keep feeling sorry for you? How many times do you want to moan about the girl and you don't leave her, bro?
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that.
That's the direct equivalent.
Yeah. And that's really what it is, and I know that...
And the thing is, you're equipped to say it because you've learned from your side of the dial, right? You've learned from, maybe... Yeah. I could be shooting in the dark here, right? But maybe because you were more in your feminine energy, because you came from essentially a single mother household kind of thing. Yeah. And then you were burnt by the fact that you were more feminine, for example, therefore simping or whatever.
Yeah, I would even say, because I've never seen. I just know that it's not that. It's my reaction to stuff. So I used to be angry.
Okay.
So I used to react. It's not, and that's feminine. See, I would argue with women. Yeah, I don't argue with women. I say what it is. And
now you don't.
Now
I
don't.
Very calm
Yeah, I don't argue with women. This is why they think that I don't argue with women.
That's probably what pisses them off even more, because you're like calm about it. Because most men who argue with girls on podcasts are like fresh and fit.
Yeah.
Where essentially they lose their cool, and then when you lose your cool, you can't articulate yourself as well.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what they want to do. But I argue with women. I'll tell them what it is. If you don't, and you've seen on the platforms what happens back and forth, right? Yeah. I don't go there that's why I needed my own platform, because my platform is not about necessarily going back and forth. It makes for good TV.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
Your thing is not like, I got your podcast. Your thing is like, I want to discuss these issues. In a way where people can actually take away from it.
Yeah, and then if you guys want to go, it is what it is. But and ultimately we'll have those shows whenever you have. I'm gonna have more polarizing discussions. But I don't like. It's not good for my health. Yeah. Man, I believe that's what
fair.
I believe that's what killed Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
Every single day dealing with these women, like just from the energy I've had from some, you have to be in the room with some of these women when the energy is wrong, and you're in there and you're having all these women that feel like their periods align them and vaginas align them, so they're all going to agree with each other now just to come against you, and then and you're one person. Then on top of that, you have men in the room, and you're looking, they're watching this, not even trying to, because they're being simps. And this is what I'm trying to say. None of these women on these platforms have anything for me, so I will tell you about yourself.
Yeah.
And if you want to tell me about myself, that's perfectly fine. But I promise you this: it's water for ducks back with me.
Yeah.
With open Pandora's box, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't. Yeah.
You've come from like the worst in your head, because you won't be able to go back in that.
It's already out. It's already open.
Yeah, you've already done it.
There's 10 million views with me. Clips with 10 million views. Where am I going now? I might as well carry on. Yeah. Like, because that would only mean that. And that's one of the things. I was like, I kept on seeing myself getting chopped on TikTok everywhere, all these platforms, right?
Yeah.
Big millions of views I'm seeing, and I'm like, whoa, I don't even have nothing. I was like, everyone is technically making money off me at this stage, and I'm not. And I'm not even in the.
Hey, not yet, man, not yet.
Yeah, no,
I'm sure I'll see you next time. And
no,
different,
we go. But I mean, I'm talking about before even I did this.
Yeah,
like it was just that. It's not the fact that people are making money. If people are making money off me, that means I'm worth something. Yeah? That means I can make money off me.
Yeah.
Because I'm the originator of this content.
Yeah.
You're just chopping up content of me on other people's platforms. So that's me that said that.
Yeah.
I can say that again.
Yeah.
I could do that on my platform, right? But
you can do that on this platform.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna clip you up.
No, but that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I will always, I'll come on people's platforms, and I just say, yo, come on your platform, let me, repost the content on my platform. That's all I say to people.
That's
I'm like, it's cool, that's it. And then I pray you get millions of views. I pray it's a big, that's good for me. Because I know I brung something. I always want to know that I bring something towards your show.
And then your CV is getting fuller.
Yeah. And
digital CV.
I'll be honest with you. I don't really see no one that's doing what I'm doing. Because I would know by now.
Yeah.
I would know by now. But it's not. I know, and like I was saying before, everyone's the levels of podcasting, people are very, listen, everyone, I don't want to say everyone knows who I am. I don't want to be gassed, but...
Sure, I don't be gassed.
But I'm just bait, post me. That's like the epicenter of the UK, right? Cool. Sure. I'm just bait.
For real.
Made You Think. Shout out to Made You Think. Do you get me? Because let me shout out these platforms that show me love. Shout out to Made You Think. Yeah, Made You Think posted me, and these are platforms that people pay and they still can't get posted on, you know what I'm saying to you? They post me. Shout out to Shadeborough. I did their podcast, right?
I saw that, man. I was fucking
you know what's funny? You know what's funny about the Shadeborough podcast?
Yeah.
Because I remember I used to comment. I'm always commenting.
Yeah.
Yeah? I've always commented. That was my thing. But I would always get a lot of likes, thousands of likes, hundreds of likes. Yeah. So then that was a bit of, prior to the podcast, that people, I have an opinion that people agree with. Yeah. I'm not trying to have an opinion that people agree with. I am just writing my opinion.
Yeah.
Then 500 people, 1,000 people agree with comments, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the bit that's starting to say that was prior to the podcasting. That's just me saying that, yeah. And it was like, so then now I'm doing a podcast with them. Think about that. People used to say to me, oh, you're always in the shade by the comments. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Now look. What are you guys going to say? Now look. All you guys that say you was commenting, and then they'll be like, oh, not another podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, not another podcast. They used to be like, oh, the government put podcast equipment in the hood, and now the man them can't stop snitching on themselves. That's what they're saying. They look for everything to try and discredit the man them doing podcasts. But bruv, I'm not going nowhere. I'm the man them's voice, yeah? But I'm not the man them's voice because I made myself the man them's voice. I'm the man them's voice because they told me I was the man them's voice. And then I just assigned the role. I said, okay, cool. You want me to do this? I'll do this.
Yeah, I'll step up to the plate.
You subscribe to me.
You believe in saying yes to opportunity.
Yeah.
And then letting the world see where it takes you.
The man them, people are looking. Okay, so the man them are learning podcasting, right? But it's not just podcasting. They're learning broadcasting. Yeah. They're learning online. They're learning streaming. Yeah. They're learning video editing. They're learning camera.
There's a lot.
They're learning lighting. Yeah. Yeah. Like these are learning recruitment. Yeah. These are all 100%. Highly paid skills. Yeah? Yeah. Like these are highly paid skills that broadcasters and companies would hire you for, right? Yeah. But people are learning this. So on the face of it, it may just look like people are becoming hosts, presenters, people are becoming researchers. Yeah. These are all these things that we do to provide a show. Yeah. Even when you're looking for a studio, that's locations on the film. Do you know what I'm saying? All these things that you're doing, you don't realize actually I am building a CV. Yeah. When you're paying for editors and paying to have you're a producer now. Yeah. You're producing a show. Yeah. Do you realize all the things that you just become? Okay, so now you're putting a show, you're writing, you're scripting. Yeah. Now
it's mad to think about, because like when you say it, I wasn't even thinking about the fact that I did that.
Oh, but the man are just podcasting. Yeah. No, we're not. You're not going to reduce us to that.
We're not. We're not just podcasting, man.
We're not just talking.
We're here for a reason, kind of thing.
Because what I've just told you is all the things that you're doing, and at the same time is I have a voice. Like, people told me they want to hear my voice. You can't tell me I can't do this because I'm doing it now. Yeah. We don't have to wait. There's no gate.
It's too late.
It's too late.
You had the chance. You had the chance at the beginning.
No, it's too late. Yeah. Because I'm already here now. Yeah. And this proves that I'm not doing it for me. The fact that people... And I sometimes look at it's like, I start to understand YouTube a little bit more. So then I start to, I'll look at, start doing the whole thing now. Yeah. You'd be looking at people's about page. Okay, when did you start? Yeah. Do you get me? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me look at your analytics. Okay, cool. What your views, what your things. And then you realise, like, I'll look at my stuff. I'll be like, oh my God, like, I've almost got half 1,000,000 views across my channel. Yeah. And I only started it like September, towards the end of September as well. And then I've been looking at my things, and then there's like almost a monetization now. But I understand why people give up, because
it's long.
It's long.
It's long.
Blood. It's long.
Doing this for a year and a half, not monetized.
It's long. It's long.
Right now, man. But we have to have faith in the process. We're here for a reason. We have to do God's work. Right?
A year and a half, not monetized. How long do you think? How many hours you got? You have to get. It's the 4,000 hour mark.
Yeah. For me, I'm only on like 1,000 hours.
1,000 hours.
Yeah.
How many subs?
550.
Guys, we need to. This show we're gonna push up them subs.
Yeah.
This show we're gonna push up them subs.
No, I have a feeling, anyways, man. Yeah.
No, this show we're gonna push up them subs.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing. I've been around enough people to know that you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
And YouTube goes towards the people that are consistent, right? So with Pearly Things, right, a lot of people speak about her numbers. She came into the UK, was it like 12,000 subscribers? Now she's on like almost 1.5 million. Yeah. But I've been around her, and I've been around a lot of different podcasters and studios now, probably like 15 different, I don't know. Your boy, Bears.
You see clips.
I've seen clips. And I still haven't seen no one that works as hard on YouTube.
Yeah.
And, like, I've watched it and I've seen it, and that's how I work. Like, and I can see that if I do certain things, I'll get certain results. You know what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
And consistency is where it is, the algorithm and all the... So whenever I meet other people, I'm just like, post. Like, I'm just like, do the shorts. I'm like, you know, get this content, drop it in long form, but then chop it down every day. Like,
yeah, so people have a reason to go to the long form.
Yeah, to long form, chop it down, show people the short... Like, do that, use the TikTok, do all of these different things. You know, do reactions, like do the reaction videos, speak about the you know, current topics, do all these types of things, do the lives, and it will work out. You will get to monetization. Like, you know what I'm trying to say to you? It will work out.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
That's the compound interest
Yeah,
you're talking about, right?
Yeah, and it will just build up. And then don't focus on your views on one video. Forget that. Focus on, get cumulative views. Because, you know, 1 million views is 1 million views, whether or not it's one video or 100 videos.
Yeah.
It's still 1 million views. You're still going to get paid for it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
And I used to think about videos like, oh, it has to be massive video. No, I just chuck them out.
Yeah.
My lives on Instagram, I chuck them out. I chuck them out. And it all adds on to my overview. So when I get monetized now, I'm going to have like 500 videos, ads on all of them.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah,
then I would, you know, I can start my community, you know, my memberships, the super chats. Man, I'm on shows. When I see £500 coming on people's shows, and because I watch a lot of other YouTubers and streamers, and you just see the YouTube is the thing about the YouTube community.
And you're probably pissed, because you know what? You probably have the ability to carry out those shows now.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
100%.
But because you need to get to that pinnacle first.
Yeah.
And then put ads on all of the videos that you've already done, and then people to like start pushing all of them up at the same time, and then you can do the whole super chat thing.
But you got to remember, it's like, if I do that, like, at some point...
And it's still going to be long, right? It's still going to be like a 6-month journey.
Yeah.
Maybe even quicker. Who knows?
But look, put it like this, innit? I just know that there's always going to be new content, and then people go look at your old content. I remember Kevin Samuel's videos when he didn't even have 30 people in his chat. Like, I don't go look at Kevin Samuel's old videos when he just sit in that room. Like, do you get me? You could literally see how many people's in there, and he still spoke the same way he did. And when it's like that, it's like when I've done my Instagram lives, and there was hardly no one in there, then there was more people in there. It doesn't make a difference, because ultimately I'm gonna chop that up and put that on TikTok, put that on YouTube, and it's gonna go further. It's not about the people that are initially watching it. It's not. But if it's me and you here now.
It's not about the first week. Right?
But no, but it's not about me. Me and you are here now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about here now.
Yeah.
It matters about what we put on, where it goes afterwards.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people concern themselves with the views right now. Don't focus on that.
Yeah.
Focus on later on. And then if you put out...
I wish I knew that at the beginning, you know.
If you... What happened? You was focusing on the views?
No, I was focusing on the views of like every video, right?
Yeah.
Like if I didn't get like 200 views on a video, I was like, oh shit, so I might as well just quit now.
No.
But now I've understood, especially with talking to people who run their own podcasts and stuff. That's when you get the real perspective of like, hey, listen, like it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Don't be like facetious with your like expectations, right?
Yeah.
Facetious expectations lead to bullshit.
Yeah.
Like how we were speaking about the women before, right? Like that's why they get into these kind of traps.
Yeah.
Same thing for us. Same thing for every human being out there, right? We can't expect something when we're putting in the same.
And we focus on numbers, right? Yeah. And my thing is this, is we live in a world where it's numbers based, and everybody wants to look at your numbers. And yes, numbers are important, but the most important thing is putting out the content. Just keep putting it out. Don't focus.
And blocking out the opinions as well.
Oh, man.
Because the opinions from the people around me.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously, like, you know, I went to uni, did the traditional route.
Yeah.
Have a job on, like, obviously, like 9 to 5 kind of thing. And I'm balancing the podcast. And they see it as like a detractor away from like my career kind of thing. It's like, oh, you're like holding too many bags. Like I'm trying to trade as well at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, this podcast isn't really going anywhere, bro. So why you keep doing it?
Yeah.
And it's like, just wait for the compound.
What do you mean it's not going nowhere? You got me on here.
Yeah, well, you know, it's happening slowly, bro.
No, because that's what I'm trying to say. It's like,
yeah,
people can say that,
Yeah.
But what do you consider yourself to be? Like, I had, Bushkin. You saw Bushkin from Heartless Crew.
Yeah, man, I messaged him as well.
To me, that was shout out to Bushkin, because he came on episode 3 of The Man and Voice. Go check it out. Pretty Privilege. Like,
he's proper out there as well, man. Like, he has a good following.
But I mean, Bushkin. He's the Heartless Crew, like, what do you mean? He's a legend. But that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You don't even know who's gonna, you don't even know who is gonna come on, who's looking at you and be like, yeah, actually I want to come there. Like, I met.
Why did you want to come on this? I know you say yes to opportunities anyways, and that's part of it.
Not all of it, because everyone's gonna be like, oh, come, because there's people that are looking at me saying, oh, yeah, I thought you was gonna come on mine. You asked me. Look, I looked at what you was. First of all, Rebels, my guy Rebels. Shout out to Rebels DMC, and Rebels my guy, and he's a good guy. And obviously you work with Rebels, and I've seen what he was doing, because I remember you had to hit the. I looked at the subscriber rate, and I looked at the views, and I looked at everything. I was like, yeah, because I don't look for the big subscribers and the big views place. I don't actually. That's not what I look for. I look for people like me that were coming up together. So I'm saying to you, and that's what it should be like.
Yeah.
And if we can, because the big, like what I was saying before. I'm gonna say everyone knows who I am. But
everyone knows who you are. Just say it. Just say it, bro.
Not everyone, but I've got a face now because people keep. I didn't realize how big YouTube is in the algorithm and TikTok. Yeah. So on all the different platforms, my face has gone whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, man, I'll be covering my face now, as I was saying.
Yeah, but you were saying beforehand, didn't you?
Yeah,
I used to cover,
but now
not be out there kind of thing.
Yeah, so now
you used to probably think that it was cringy for people to be doing what you're doing right now, innit?
No.
Also, can I have a slush?
Yeah, of course you can. Wait, can you ready now? Yeah.
Yeah.
What one do you want?
Any one, bro.
Yeah, let me get this.
This is his thing, by the way.
Yeah, ice slush. I'll give him a nice quick shake.
Yeah.
Go on now.
Love, bro.
Just open it.
Yeah. Breaking my fast, by the way, guys. It's been a long day. Banging. So this is your thing, right?
Yeah, ice slush.
When did you start?
The initial idea was in 2015. And then initially, that's not what it was.
And is this your main thing, or like do you do other stuff?
I do other stuff, but
what do you do, man? Give us a brief.
I do other stuff, but it's a main thing.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I don't have a job. I just do what it takes.
I've seen that. I saw your story today.
Yeah, because people always say that, but I do multiple things. So, like I said, I came from security background. I was working I work in film and TV.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and then I was able to see things that other people couldn't see, and I was able to get inspired by people. And
yeah, because what is it like? I watch Abraham Preach all the time.
Yeah,
Preach used to be a bouncer, and that's why he gets his perspective.
Yeah, man.
You just see a lot of stuff
like from clubs to
cool.
film sets to behind the scenes to industry. Like, I just think. Yeah, well, I've seen a lot, man. I've seen a lot, and it's made me be able to have a good perspective on things.
Yeah.
And like, I think I like the fact that people are creating podcasts because I never know what I might like to see, and everyone's got a demographic, and
If anything, I've had too many Asian guests on.
Have you? Haven't
so this is good for me.
Yeah, you're mixing it up. Yeah.
Bro, you know what? Yeah, my boys are like, you get no black people on, Yeah. That's what they're saying to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
And obviously my co-host wants to do that too, right?
Up knees, that's what you're getting,
man. Upnas, Kalas, Goras, anything.
Where you from originally?
So, my parents are from Tanzania. So we're like Tanzanian Indians.
But if you guys are the ones that slip through the net. You guys always get me. It's like, all the Kenyan ones. Yeah. So what are you? Is that Hindu? Is that?
I'm Muslim.
Muslim.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Muslim. So what you Oh yeah, because it's.
Yeah, Ramadan.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Yeah,
my brother. Come on.
Bro.
Yeah. So I'm saying to you.
Yeah, man. But yeah, there's different demographics that you can get from going to all of these shows, and like we're not stupid, right?
Yeah,
like, we know that like certain men gravitate to certain men because they're just from the same culture. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like people get ridiculed for going for girls who are not in your culture, right? So we understand why my demographic would be what my demographic is, and yours to be yours, right?
Yeah, I don't. What is my? Because now I got my own show.
Well, now I don't know because you're bigger than the demographic, right?
So
right now I'm still in the demographic phase.
So
really.
My thing is this.
Yeah.
Like, I just. It's like they'll be like, oh, the man's voice. Why'd you got so much women there?
It's true.
But if we didn't have the women, they wouldn't listen. If you got a bunch of men, if you have a bunch of men on the platform speaking about women, the first thing they're gonna be like, oh, not men speaking on women's issues.
Yeah.
Look at these men.
Yeah.
So you have to have
this the whole time.
The algorithm doesn't like men together just speaking.
Yeah.
The algorithm doesn't like it.
No.
And people don't like it. You know how this thing goes.
Yeah.
And ultimately, if I want to speak, we need to have women there so they can listen to us, and then we can go back and forth, and we can have a discussion. So.
And it's not that easy to get a girl who wants to come on a podcast on her once.
Oh mate. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, our girl episodes are just one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like me and them.
Yeah.
So it's hard to do that.
They're gonna feel like you know why they're gonna feel like it's hard. They're gonna think it's like it's hard talk. You know, the hard talk. They're gonna think they're gonna do.
I got you kind of.
Yeah, they're gonna be grilling.
But it's like that's not what I do anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I do. Maybe I do a little bit more because I know what the algorithm leans to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's easier to get them on as a group, right?
Yeah,
so they can kind of bounce off the energy, like their periods can align and they can have the same conversation. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Yeah, I like the way you do it because you have like a couple of each, right?
Yeah,
and then you can have like a balanced conversation.
Yeah,
right?
balanced.
Whereas with Fresh and Fit, it's like they're doing everything for the algorithm.
Yeah.
Like they're not doing it necessarily. They are doing it for the conversation to a certain extent, but I feel like it's become more like a gotcha thing.
Yeah, but
and everyone's trying to follow that blueprint who are making podcasts.
Basically, and that's the blueprint everyone's trying to do, right? And if that's what you want to do, that's cool.
This is sick, by the way.
Thank you. If that's what you want to do, that's cool. But if that's what you want to do, that's cool. But I personally, that's not what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm not trying to. See, when you see the clips of me, impression can, like, you know, a lot of people get an impression. They're like, oh, he doesn't like women. Oh, I get the Andrew Tate comparisons a lot.
Yeah.
And the reason you get the Andrew Tate comparison, because all I am is a man that is speaking out and speaking in a way, you know.
Provocatively,
but I'm just... So, there's a war of masculinity right now. And what tends to happen is on these shows that you see I'm on, they always try to tone police me, and they'll talk about they don't like. They'll be like, oh, it's not. They'll be like, oh, it's your tone.
It's the way you say.
Yeah, but actually, I say it all manner of ways. It doesn't matter. They'll still not like it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can say it in the softest feminine tone that you want.
They still won't like it. They'll receive it badly because it's what you're saying. It's not how you're saying it, right? And it's like, I'm a man. We speak direct. We get straight to the point.
Yeah.
We might have a little bass in our voice. I'm assertive. I'm confident.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not aggressive. I'm not angry. I don't have a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't hate women. I love women. I'm a protector of my women. Yeah. Ask my sisters, any woman that I've been in a relationship with, and any woman that's my friend. Like, what's the song? Mace, I've never been arrested for nothing domestic. That could never be me. Yeah. So I'm saying to you. Yeah. But that does not mean that I'm gonna let women, like, so being a supporter of women does not mean, and criticizing that I won't criticizing them, and criticizing women does not mean you hate them. Like, when women criticize men, or if they want to talk about the problems with the young youth, does that mean they hate the youth? No. They care about the next generation and they want to save them.
And the thing is, harsh criticisms come from men, and mostly
because women just.
You know what? We grow the most from harsh criticism. Yeah. So why would we not provide other people with the tools to grow?
Yeah.
And that's what we do, right?
That's all we do is provide people with the tools to grow. That's all we do. All we do is provide people with the tools to grow.
Or to get closer to this happiness thing that
some
people expect.
If that's what you want, happiness, I want to give you truth.
Yeah.
And then with the truth, you can choose what you do with it.
Yeah.
So I will give you truth. I will give you truth straight to you. But What you do after that is up to you. Do you get me? But I'm going to give you the truth. I'm going to tell you. And that's all I do.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's important, people always tell me about, your delivery, my delivery is this. I am not changing my delivery. I'm not, like, I've already changed it enough to accommodate women, and I will always tailor it depending on
Yeah, you're obviously going to be different when you speak to men versus when you speak to women.
But
like, I'm very, you'll be able to tell when I like cut up a clip of me and just a girl.
Yeah.
I will soften it a little bit for sure, but I'll soften it so that I can still say what I want to say.
But there's enough places that women can go and hear that they're the prize.
There's
enough places that
but
they can go and say that.
I'm not trying to do that.
No. I'm saying there's enough places that women can go and say that they're the prize. There's enough places that they can go and say that I am the table. Forget about what I bring. I am.
Yeah.
There's enough places that are saying that if you're a single mother, like it doesn't matter. Listen. Enough places will pander to women. I'm not going to be one of those places.
Yeah,
not.
Maybe you shouldn't go on China's thing if you want to be told what you want to hear.
Nah, don't come to the man's voice.
You know what? Do come so that
I could tell
you can get the comments.
Yeah, no, because by telling you, I can tell you what you want to hear, but is your outcome? We judge things here by outcomes.
Yeah.
So only you
Where
know.
are you going to get the better?
Only you know whether or not if you are living the life you are supposed to live.
Yeah.
Only you know.
Yeah.
Only you know.
Because you were supposed to define those parameters.
Yeah. Only you.
Stick by them.
Only you know. Only you know. I can't tell you if you go home now and when you're sleeping at night if you're happy with your life. I can't tell you that.
Yeah.
That can't be me. You have to tell me. Only you know if you're happy. See, we can put on the mask that we want to do to the world, but when we get home at night, only you know if you're achieving your goals. Only you know if you're stepping in the right place. Only you know.
Yeah.
And this is another thing. This is why most people in life...
And most people don't know that. Most people don't know if they're doing exactly what they should be.
Most people
But they have an inkling, at least.
Most people know when they're not doing what they should be doing because they're not happy.
Yeah, 100%.
So happiness is an indication. Happiness is an indication of where you are and what you're doing, right? So if you're in that state of happiness, that's because you're content in what's going on, right? Most people don't wake up every single day tomorrow and go and enjoy what they're going to do. Yeah, that's most people's lives, right?
Yeah.
Most people don't wake up and they live in their life they want to be living. Most people, including me at some point. No, including me, because how could I be if I'm doing something that now is a whole career, like something different? No, I'm not Joe Rogan yet. I'm not trying to say I'm Joe Rogan, but essentially, you wouldn't be doing another show or doing other stuff if you was where you wanted to be. So even
you wouldn't be changing something.
Yeah, you wouldn't be changing something. So but the difference is, I am changing something. I am exposing myself. Yeah. You've got to make yourself open. Yeah, but those people aren't doing that, and every day that they talk themselves out of doing that, they become more bitter. Yeah, even if they don't realize it. And that bitterness is what comes out when we step out and we start doing those things. So they'll be like, podcasts. They'll try to say all these things, but all that's happening is...
And that's where we get the detracting comments from.
Because you are making them realize they're not doing what they want to do. Yeah. And they'll try to, and it really comes down to them. And it's hard to be a creative person and to do stuff if your friends are not creative or doing stuff, because most people are not living the life they want to live. And it takes something in order for you to be like, you know what, I'm not happy, actually.
Yeah.
I want to change my life. And people's jobs define them. That's why on my show, I'm always like, what's your job or your side hustle? Because none of our jobs define you. What do you do? What do you mean, what do I do? That's why I say to you, I do what it takes. Because if I tell you slush, if I tell you podcasting, if I tell you,
what you had in the past,
it's not gonna. It doesn't make.
Working on set.
It doesn't mean. In a club night. It doesn't mean.
What are you doing now?
What am I doing now?
As good as your last game.
Yeah,
et cetera.
What does that matter?
Yeah.
Are you? Is this my CV? No. Because
is this a job interview?
Is this a job interview?
Yeah.
Because if not, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It just matters what I'm doing currently now. And that's the bit where people get caught up in job roles. Job don't mean nothing, because that means someone's giving you your identity. My identity is not based upon a job role.
Yeah.
Like, I'm who I am.
But like, you know, a lot of people get mistaken for that. Like people or other people, let's say the people who are not happy with their lives and they wake up every day and it's like, you know, kind of meh. Yeah. Right? But they do have a job, and that's the thing that they are able to pay the bills with, etc., right? They're the people who will come to you and ask you what's your job and give you a reaction that will or may not seep into you. Yeah. And that seeping in is where you feel like, oh, okay, this is my value. Okay, my job is not to your standards for whatever reason. That's where people like kind of feel that sort of, this is your accolade, this is where you're at on the totem pole. Yeah.
Like, kind of look.
And it's easy to be mistaken, right? Yeah. When, you're kind of like in the mix, or when you haven't like reached your potential. Right? It's very easy to do that.
I think, and this is the thing.
And you've worked jobs before. You've been in that. Yeah. You probably felt like, oh, I'm only doing this, therefore I'm only going to be valued this much.
Like, and that's the thing. See, it's mad because I don't want to be one of those guys, but there's a lot of times I was working and I had a better car than the people I was working for, or I had, like, I don't even, but yeah, that it's been that. But if you judge me based upon where you see me, then you don't. And I like people like that because you show me you don't know money. Yeah, like you don't know success. You don't understand, like, you know, I know some rich people that millionaires that walk around with no shoes. Literally, they walk around with no shoes for half the year because they're in difficult. Like when they're over, so you don't understand what it is. And I know millionaires that work for other people just because. Just for bants. Not even for bants. Man, when you're rich... Yeah. I saw Dave, you know Dave, the musician? Yeah, Santan Dave. Saw his mum, he could retire his mum. Yeah. She still goes to work as an NHS nurse. Yeah. But she goes in a £350,000 car. Yeah. It's different, right? Yeah. Why are you coming to work? But now when she goes into work and she parks in the NHS... Dave's mum's car's there with an SLR 350. Do you see the difference? Yeah. Like, a lot of times people always...
Because that kind of money is freedom, and she's choosing to do that because it gives her fulfillment.
Yeah, and people don't understand fulfillment. They don't understand doing something because you want to. They don't... Like, the reason why most people... Ask most people what you do if you win the lottery or if you made $1 million. Most people will quit. That's why they'll never win it. God will never give it to you because you're gonna just quit.
You're looking for the easy way out.
You're gonna get $1 million and you think that $1 million is gonna... You see when people say... You actually realize you don't have no money. Now you realize, right, I need to maintain this $1 million, else I'm gonna go back to zero, right? Yeah. That's why these people never get the money, because their thing is, oh, I'll just get the money and I'll quit. Yeah. No. My thing is, you do more with it now. You create, and this is why, because they don't have the same mentality. Yeah. Their mentality, they have consumer mindset. It's not built upon creation. Yeah. Whenever you meet people with consumer mindset, they just want to consume and do things. Yeah. We're creators. We're different. Yeah. And consumer mindsets, they think about work and on the weekend going out and think about holidays, and they think about, I want to get this new car. They want to get. This is what they think about because they could. But creators, we roll the dice. Yeah. We start trying to envision things and create, and that's a different type of space. And maybe I need to date one of these creators. I don't know, one of these artist women or something. That's just be there with painting and stuff and clay and stuff. Yeah. But maybe she'll figure me out. Yeah. Maybe because
be on the same wavelength.
Because I'm figuring out I'm a creative. Yeah. And only another creative can understand the complexities of being a creative. Yeah. And putting money into something and not seeing no money out, but creativity feeling amazing. Yeah. And not one point have I thought about. I just know that if I do this, listen, you can make money from YouTube. Yeah. It's quite evident you can, right? Yeah. But if I do something good, I'll make money. I'm not going to focus on it. But I like having conversations with people. I like doing all this stuff because it's bringing something towards me. Yeah. It's bringing more to my days, more to my character. This is also therapy. I suppose a lot of people do podcasting you know, is some type of therapy, but this is therapy also.
Yeah.
Because
or it's just like practicing voicing your opinion so that when you're in real life situations, you can sort of adapt quicker.
Yeah, but it's like...
It could be for so many different reasons, right? It could be like what you were saying about the whole like CV that you're building.
Yeah.
These different jobs that go into producing and maintaining a show.
Yeah, because then when someone comes and says, yo, I am the executive producer of the Mandem's Voice. It's...
Yeah.
Even when we say it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm meeting people and telling them, you know, I met...
the name is sick, by the way. Like, it does work for you.
The Mandem's Voice.
The Mandem's Voice.
Yeah, like... I'm good at names. Mandem's Voice, I / you. Like, I'm kind of good at this. I'm kind of good at...
Even for your dog's Instagram or something.
Yeah, Luna. Yeah, her
name is
Luna. I'm a creative, bro. And I'm only really understanding...
So when did you find that out? When you started this thing, or did you know it when you started
I've always been a creative, but I lost my path.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
When did you lose your path and why?
I lost my path because it wasn't cool to be... See, I went to theatre school, man. I remember I used to go to the Royal National... I was part of the Royal National Opera growing up. Like, man, there's different stages. I went to theatre school. I used to do acting. I used to do dance. I used to do all of that stuff. But see, it's not like now when there's Britain's Got Talent. It's like, you know, like Britain's Got Talent now. It's like, it's cool to dance. Back in the day, it wasn't cool to do shit. Extra. But football was about the only thing you could do, right?
Yeah. By the way, shout out Hakimi, innit?
Huh?
Shout out Hakimi, that footballer, defender.
Yeah.
Moroccan defender.
Shout Hakimi!
He put all of his wealth in his mom's name. So his wife, who is now getting divorced to him, can't receive the payment.
City Boys up.
So I swear he's gonna take half of her money.
Yeah, because basically, in the way it is that she's actually the high earner now.
Yeah.
So she actually has to pay him.
Yeah.
And I think that's amazing.
I think that's beautiful.
I think it's beautiful.
It's poetry.
Bob, that's just serve as a lesson.
This is what you went to the opera for. You were singing for him. You were singing for this, man.
I was singing it, bro.
Singing it into existence, man.
So yeah, it's like I've done a lot. I've done so much.
Yeah.
I've done way too much that I actually forgotten what
I would have never expected that, by the way, you being in the opera.
Yeah, like I've done so much that I'm not even... It's just too much to even contemplate what I've done.
Or summarize, right?
Yeah, no, I've done a lot of stuff, music. Like I've done a lot, but
you've dabbled.
Yeah,
you've tried and failed a lot of things.
I don't think I failed in anything because how can you fail when it leads you to something else?
Because that's the nice way to look at it.
No, because most of the things that I've done have led me to something else. Like, you know, I'm trying to say to you, and I incorporate them. So it's like, even with the drinks, I haven't failed, but it's like I'm doing podcasting and now we're drinking the drinks on the podcast, getting promoted on the podcast, and you know, there's all different types of things that it's just extensions of my creativity. You know what I'm trying to say to you? That design on that bottle is mine. It's come out of my brain.
Yeah.
That name, it's mine. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
And you go into the stores yourself, bro. I see your stories, man. You're out here hustling,
man. Trapping, B.
You're going to fun fairs and that. And
I got slush machines. Hire them out. I can service them. Taught myself. Well, shout out to my slush guy, innit? Because he got so tired of seeing me all the time. He just taught me how to service them. He's like, you get me? He's like, I'm probably robbing myself for money, but I can't keep. You can't keep. You know what I mean? I'll be in a festival site. It's gone wrong. I'm on video phone with him. I'm like, but that there in itself taught me now I can help other shops and help other people. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say to you. So, and I built relationships with Asian shopkeepers, with Turkish community, independently, you know, and through them I've been able to, you know, get traction and get sales and make money and learn and make connection, meet people, even learn Punjabi. Yeah. Sashikal Paji.
Yeah, that's fucking bad, bro.
Twana Punjabi Andy.
Yeah. I mean, I understand Punjabi.
I know you don't, but I'm just doing it for them. Tusi tike? Tike. Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
I even come in the shop, I'd be like, Akineda. You'd be like, yeah, how much is this? Yeah. So, like, but that's showing you how much I've been into the culture. Yeah. Like, I can go into a shop and I'll see.
Now you can say signal words that will be like.
Well, I can come and have a whole literally a conversation, and enough to let them know that I have worked with so many people that So I'm saying to you. So I'll come in the shop and I'll see a Sikh brother. I'll see and we'll have a conversation. Like, you know what I mean? And it just like and it's good. It's nice because it shows you, like, if you're gonna do business with Chinese in China, you might want to learn Chinese. I'm just saying.
100%.
I'm just saying it might help.
Yeah, exactly.
It might help.
Yeah.
It might help, right?
It goes with the same culture thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you just break that barrier instantly.
Yeah. And obviously
Find a connection
you
point.
know, like my Gujarati is not as good. Kemcho, that's about Aljo.
Kemcho, take care, Aljo.
Yeah, Aljo, that's about it. But my Punjabi, I understand. Yeah, I could count in Punjabi. Like,
and it's just like where you've like put yourself, right? The positions you've been in.
But guess what? That's culturally as well. What I'm telling you as well about.
And it's just the way you network, right?
Yeah.
Like, that shows how you network.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, in order for me to work easier with the next Punjabi guy, I have to understand what this Punjabi guy stands for.
Yeah.
And now, because I'm speaking his language, he warms up to me a little bit quicker than he would if I was to speak in English.
Yeah, we're eating dal and sabji.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Together in the back. Like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, and when someone embraces me or someone teaches me something, that's how I am. I'm just a humble person. I'm grateful for the opportunities.
Yeah.
And I realize in life, like, I don't get nothing. There's nothing bad by saying, yo, Frank, like, I appreciate you. I'm grateful. Like, same thing with the podcasting. I just know that when you're a good person and you're good in life, you get good outcomes, and people treat you good. And I believe in energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I believe in...
And life has shown you that, right?
Yeah, like, listen, if you don't know about karma, if you don't believe in karma, go do some shit.
Yeah.
And even the most baddest people you think, you never see the karma that comes to them. You just see the stuff they do to other people. Yeah. You don't got to do nothing to nobody in life, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes the karma comes back, but in reality, you don't got to do nothing. Anyone that ever wronged me or done me dirty, the karma's fixed them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to do anything because that then takes me off my purpose. Same thing with relationships. I don't have to, with women that do me wrong. Like, that's a feminine energy. Like, if you start trying to, that's feminine. Like, karma will handle that for you.
Yeah.
Karma's gonna turn into a baby mama.
Yeah, exactly.
With two-time baby mama. Then you're gonna see her one day. She's gonna be out looking fat, and you'll be like, oh, I remember that girl that used to be date. Yeah, you're gonna be trying to duck her.
Yeah.
You're gonna be trying to hide from her. That same girl that broke your heart.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, she done me a favor. Look at her. And karma. You know what I mean?
Karma's a beautiful lady, man.
Oh, it's a beautiful lady.
Bro, anything else you want to say? To the people, them. Thank you for coming on, obviously, man.
What do I want to say?
It's been insightful for me, I can't lie.
What do I want to
I'm
say?
going to take that whole, like, reframing failure thing. I'll take it into my life. You know how you were like, failure only brought me to my next step.
Yeah.
And my next step hasn't breeded failure. So how can I say this was a failure?
Yeah, because I know, like, it takes you to the next step, and ultimately it's like we're so what.
It's the quick wins, right?
But what you have to figure out what you want. You have to figure out what you consider success to be.
Yeah.
So if you always wanted to be a mother, if you grew up and all you ever wanted to be a housewife, and you get married and you're a housewife, you are a success.
Yeah.
Because you set out and you achieved the goal that you wanted to go and do.
Yeah.
If you say you want to become a teacher.
Well, how fucked is it that being a housewife is now not good enough?
Because they've told people that that's not
Yeah.
good enough as a goal. How can you tell someone that's not good enough as a goal if that's what she wants?
Yeah.
Because they try to diminish the role of what it is to be a mother.
Yeah.
And the mother is one of the most important, the most important job role in the world is that of bringing up the next generation of people and teaching them and instilling them. That is the most important job.
But there's a depopulation agenda,
but there you go. So I would let women know.
What do the 1% do?
They'll tell us all of this stuff, and in reality, I will tell women that being a mother is one of the most important things you could do, because you are going to shape these men that you keep hating. Like these women, these men that everyone keeps asking about. These men, they are raised by women. They are born by women. Yeah. So at some point, women are born in no rapist, no man that's committed SA was ever born by a man.
Yeah.
Was given birth by a woman.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
Women give birth to these same men that they talk about.
Yeah.
They were birthed by women, not by men. Yes, men might put the seed in them, but they were birthed and raised by these women. So if a man goes out to go and do multiple stuff to women, who raised him? Oh, single mother, okay. But like, so when I talk, I always try to talk because I try to take it back to what we should be speaking about. Yeah. So what I'm going to say to men, what do I want to leave with? I want to leave with the cost of performance, relationships, yeah? The burden of performance, like they said, the success, like they talk about success before. Success isn't owned, it's rented, and the rent is due every day. That goes the same for your relationships. Unfortunately, I would love to tell you that, man, it doesn't matter about money. It doesn't matter about these things. The woman should love you regardless. It does matter. And women will not love you regardless. And they will argue it. They will tell you no. They will tell you can open up to them. They will tell you to cry to them. But in reality, if you do any one of these things, you will end up losing the women. You will. And I believe in marriage. I do. I'm still an advocate for marriage because how can I not come back? I'm the product of it.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in you marrying a woman because you find her attractive or you love her. I do not believe in you marrying a woman because you find her attractive or you love her. That's not why you marry her. You need to be aligned spiritually. She needs to be, you know that saying, oh, my rib or my other half, like that needs to be it. You guys have to be entwined like that because that's the only way you will stop her from waking up one day and thinking that this is not good enough for any reason. Yeah? You have to be spiritually intertwined, and if you are, then you can now be legally entwined. Do you understand? You cannot marry a woman because you just consider her to you love her. That's not enough. You have to be spiritually, because love is a state, love is an emotion and a state of mind. That's why people can love people before and they don't love them now. People can have babies with people and that, but like, that's just my baby father. And they'll crazy. But you know what? Yeah. Women disregard that. You gave this man the highest honor you can give to a man. That is to have his seed and carry it for 9 months, and then bring it to term. And then you want me to be like, that's a nobody? Yeah. That is a somebody. So, yes, marriage, but only if you're spiritually intertwined. And if you're not, then I prescribe to baby mama, because if you still want a child, cool. That's a lot. They come with less risk to yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say to you. So yeah, I want to put that out. Make sure you go check out the Man Them's Voice on YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. Subscribe to my TikTok. My name is China. Follow the Instagram. My name is China. And yeah, man, go make sure you get some Ice Slush shoes. Follow that too. Man's there. I'm just throwing them all out there.
Yeah, man. No, but yeah, man. Love for coming on. Hopefully we can run this back, man. Maybe with like a bigger panel or something like that.
Bro, I'm definitely down to come back, man. Bring some more people in, man, and we get it cracking.
But yeah, man. No, keep doing your thing. Monetization soon.
But monetization soon.
And yo, fucking subscribe, man.
Subscribe, like, guys. Listen.
Why are you being a dickhead?
Nah.
It is literally free.
I'll be honest with you. That might not help. You know what? He's like, why are you being a dickhead? I'm like, guys, just subscribe. Just subscribe.
No, you're a dickhead if you don't subscribe.
Man is really like, but guys, just subscribe. And
No, but yeah, for real, if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment. And yeah, maybe we can do like an Instagram live later on. Yeah. Where we discuss some of the questions that are on my story, your story right now.
No, we'll 100% do that. We'll do that Instagram live. I don't mind. Yeah.
Love, guys. Take care.
Love, my bro.
See you on the next episode, bro. Honestly.